poder ver o chat, né? E sabe que começa a demorar. Mas eu avisei esse pessoal na última. Oh, também poder falar em português e inglês. Both. But it's mostly in English. Okay?
Lead the way.
It depends on the public. We play according to the music, right? According to the melody.
That's what it's all about.
Vamos voltar aqui. Vai ficar assim, ó. Pô, ganhei um inscrito hoje. One subscriber. That
Nice.
will
It's growing. It's growing fast. Just yesterday it was you hit it 2000. Right now it's 2024.
yeah.
Oh, you see the number of
Yesterday was
subscribers is the year we are.
yeah, there we are. Yeah.
It's kind of neat, huh?
Yeah. Welcome to the
Yeah.
stream, guys. Bem-vindos à live aí.
How do we know if
Victor, are you with
the
us?
person watching? Yes, I'm right here.
I can see on my phone, and I can also see on the dashboard here on YouTube. But now it's showing up on my cell phone that there's one person watching right now.
Is there a way to figure out if the person watching is from Brazil or United States?
No, just when they leave a comment. There's a like, so it's somebody we know. Is it Joseph? Is it Andrew? Is one of the? There's two people watching now. Welcome to the stream. We're just waiting for more people to join so we can start talking with the host. We'll be the parasite talking with the host, the parasite. That's how Airbnb hosts call it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Hello, Adrian. Adrian, we did it. Hello, Joseph. How are you?
Ohio. Ohio, that's where you have the tornadoes, right? Have you ever seen a tornado, Joseph?
Joseph, can you? So, me and Victor, we are discussing who has the worst internet. To me, he's stuck, and whenever he talks, very. Who has a better internet connection right now? Me or Victor? Talk, Victor, please.
Kalai. My name is Kalai.
Kalai.
Yeah. You're Tommy, I'm Kalai.
Okay, go ahead. Don't even have a YouTube channel, but go.
I do have one.
Okay, I- it's impossible to. I'm not. Man. I don't know whose internet's bad, but it's impossible.
Let me see. No, let me see my signal here. No, my signal is very strong right now. I have 4 bars, maximum bar. So it's you.
Okay, not better, not better,
Rest assured.
better.
You see, it's you.
You
Look
got.
what he's talking about. My
I'm cutting
internet's
down.
good, man.
Yes, it's my internet. Um, it's actually my earpiece, probably.
Well, I can understand what you're saying. So,
But
Joseph,
anyways,
have you ever seen a tornado? Because
my earphone.
it's my understanding that it's the Middle East, the how you say it, Tommy, the middle part of United States. It's not Middle East, but it's something like that. It's mid something, midwestern, mid something. Anyways, they have tornadoes. If it's my understanding, it's Ohio and Oklahoma. I know there's a lot of tornadoes in Oklahoma. And I was just wondering if Joseph ever seen a tornado. Yeah, because it must be really cool. I wish to see one day. Maybe not an F5. That's the biggest one, but maybe a small tornado to begin with.
So now the sound's gonna get worse, probably because I'm not using the.
I think it's better now. I can understand you much better right now.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably the Bluetooth.
Yeah.
It's a Brazilian made It's a Brazilian made, so you can expect good quality.
That explains. Yeah, that explains.
But anyway, guys, so this is Kalai from the Latin, which means shut up. Kalai. Kalai. Sabe o que é, né?
That's a stretch, but all right.
It's Kalai. Kalai means shut up in Portuguese.
That's a big stretch.
No, it's not a big stretch. It's a little stretch.
Okay, I'll
Anyways,
let you have it.
Kalai lives in one of the most dangerous cities in Brazil. Rio.
Unfortunately.
Olha o Mário ali, ó, que engraçado que o Mário é. Olha o que ele escreveu, olha casal bonito. Tá com ciúmes, Mário. Tá com ciúmes. Não tá com ciúmes, mas enfim. Vitor lived in Rio, one of the nicest cities in Brazil. I lived there for, give and take, 4 years. Were the most terrible and at the same time most wonderful times in my life. So you have both extremes happening in Rio. But yeah, Rio. So he's a host for how many years now, Peter? You were a host?
11
years old. It's more than a lifetime of a lot of people. And so I was wondering, is there like a secret that we guests don't know about it? Like there's like a dashboard that only you like. So I have some reviews as a guest, right? Are there any secret reviews that only hosts can see? Like comments about the guests that like they're not public to everyone else?
No, they're usually public. But once you're done with the stay, once you check out, you can send messages, private messages through Airbnb. There's an option there, so if you like the person, you can say something private, but only the guests will see. Other people will not see. So you're wondering if if there's like a community of don't host this person and you wouldn't know about it.
Or like this guy's too dirty. He leaves the bathroom too dirty.
Yeah, it's people will know about it. It's gonna be public. Yeah, if that's the case, it's gonna be public. I mean, if the host decides to say so, if it decides to put it out there for everyone to see, then everyone will see. There's not a secret list like a blacklist. If that's what you're saying, no, there's no blacklist.
No, not a blacklist, but yeah, you answered my question. I was just wondering if there's like a dashboard that you can see that Tommy is dirty, like he leaves the bathroom too filthy.
No, I said that. I said that one time. I usually leave good reviews.
It was public.
Yeah, it was public. I usually leave good reviews for my guests. If it's way too bad, then yeah, I'm gonna say something about it because I don't want other hosts to have to deal with that. So I had this one girl, and she would leave bags and bags. Okay, so there's this myth that says that you cannot throw toilet paper on the toilet. That's a myth. You absolutely should put the toilet paper inside the toilet and flush it down. I don't know why people in a trash bag. And this one girl, she wouldn't take out the trash bag, so she would fill lots of little bags. Go ahead.
So we gotta explain to people that to the American audience that most places in Brazil people actually use a trash can by the toilet where they put the toilet paper.
They don't know that.
Most of Brazil does this.
And it's a myth that serves nothing. It doesn't have a purpose because people here think that if you put the toilet paper, if you flush it down, it's gonna clog. But it won't. And people just can't understand that. They just can't come to the fact that it will not clog. And this has been going on for decades now. I'm trying to say, people, if you flush it down the toilet paper, it will not clog, but they cannot understand that. So what they do is they put the asshole paper inside the trash and it smells bad. know. And I say, don't
Victor,
do that, please. I don't want
try
my
not to curse, try not to use bad words.
Okay, sorry. So
Thank you.
they put the butthole paper inside of a trash bag. So I had this one girl, and this was absurd. This was the worst case that I ever had.
One
She
second.
would not go ahead. Sorry, I get excited.
No, when I used to work at McDonald's, the girls' restroom was so much nastier than the boys. I don't know why, but the women's bathroom is so much nastier. Go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, the situation was with the girl actually, not with the guy. But it was the only time that I
Exactly.
really was unsatisfied, and I had to leave a bad review for this girl. So
Mhm.
as I was saying, usually what people do, and I don't like it, is they put the butthole paper inside of a trash bag, and when it's filled, they're gonna put it on the chute, somewhere. They're gonna get rid of it. But this one girl, she was, crazy in the head. So she would fill the basket with butthole paper, and once it was filled, she would, make a knot on the trash bag and separate it next to the toilet. And she would
That
fill another one and separate it next to the toilet. And then when I got to the bathroom, there was like 5 or 7,
trash
how you
bag.
call it, Tommy,
Trash
trash
bag.
bags from supermarket. The one that you take from the supermarket. Because differently from the United States, here we have a plastic bag. Because I know that United States you have cardboard bag. I don't know how you say it. The one that you use to take the
There
groceries.
are plastic bags also.
Okay, so here we also use plastic bags. So when I got to the bathroom, it was about 5 or 7 separated, tied up plastic bags full of butthole paper. It was disgusting. I don't know
Hey,
why she did that.
Victor, say poo poo. I think it's sexier when you say poo poo
Cuckoo,
instead of poo poo paper. Poo poo paper.
cuckoo paper. I cannot
Poo.
say
P
butthole
O
paper.
O. P-O-O.
Oh,
Poo
poo
poo.
poo, poo poo paper, poo poo paper.
Poo
Okay,
poo.
that's
Yeah,
a
poo poo
that's a
paper.
little bit juvenile, but I can go with that.
My channel is juvenile, man. There's 5 years old there. They watch me.
Okay, poo poo paper.
But again, Joseph and other non-Brazilian audience members, it's common for people in Brazil to do that. Most of Brazilian
Go
residencies,
figure.
they don't flush down the poo poo paper down the top, and that's just the norm. But anyways, I want to know if and you don't need to answer that, okay? If you ever got romantic, is that something that would break the rules of Airbnb, or Airbnb doesn't condone a
No,
host with a guest?
I mean, I couldn't tell the rules about that. I don't know if there's a rule book on Airbnb or terms of agreement on that. I never
Yeah.
checked it, but yeah, it happened. I'm not gonna say I'm this big player and it happens all the time. It's not the case, but it did happen a couple of times. And the funny thing is sometimes there's two girls coming to my house, right? So
Two
there's the
girls, one
main
cup.
account. Come again?
Two girls, one cup. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's a lot of poo. Yeah, that's a lot of poo.
Look, poo
Um,
poo.
yeah, poo poo. Anyway, so this is a funny situation when two girls come over and I'm interested, and there's a vibe going on, and maybe I'm interested in one because there's the main account. The main account is the girl who's going to leave you a review, and she and the other girl is the plus one, right? So there's this thing among girls. Girls are competitive. So if I hook up with the plus one, the main account might get angry and leave me a bad review.
Yeah, makes
So
sense.
yeah, that's very true. Imagine if two girls are coming over to stay in my house and to visit Rio de Janeiro and whatnot, and I hook up with the plus one. The main
Mhm.
account's gonna be very angry and jealous. So I cannot hook up. Although that happened one time, it happened one time. But it wasn't Airbnb; it was couch surfing. I don't know if you know that system, something that also exists. Have you ever
Is
heard
that
about couch surfing?
where do you like? Oh, there's like a couch surfing website.
exactly. Yeah. So I did that a couple of times just to experiment with it. So yeah, that's what was one girl that I hook up, and it was a yeah,
And here's another question that you don't need to answer if you don't want to,
sure.
because I get it that. But look at what Joseph just wrote. Can you see the comments, Victor?
Yeah, I can see the comments. Can I add something? No,
Yeah.
I'm not offering anyone. Text that wipes his butts with socks. Come on. Why would you do
Yeah.
that?
I, I
Come on.
used to
It's
I used to use socks for something else when I was a teenager, but that was about it, right? A lot of
That's
people did
very
that.
American. You see that in American movies
A
a
lot
lot.
of
I
people did
never
that, right?
understood
Okay,
that.
let's change the
I
subject.
never understood that.
Let's go back to Airbnb.
Sure.
Question that if you don't want to answer, you don't need to answer. Okay.
Go ahead.
Um,
Yeah.
like everything involving touristic places is very cyclic, right? You have good months and you have terrible months.
Right. Right.
What is the top dollar you can get in Europe, like whatever your reservation is, against the bottom dollar you can get? Like, what is the
Right.
difference between the most and the least?
Okay. Should I
You
answer
don't,
that in? I
you don't
need
need to
to make a conversion.
no, you can also do percentage. That would work. Also, you can say that,
Right.
well,
Okay, so right now it's really good, because we're
mhm,
close to Christmas and New Year's. So right now it's really good, and it's going to be good until the end of Carnival. So for those of you who don't know, Carnival is this big event that goes on all over Brazil. There's the street parties everywhere. There's a parade. The girls with the feathers, half naked, tits showing, and it goes on for a week all over Brazil. And it happens usually by the end of February, beginning of March. And until that, prices are high here in my house and anywhere else that you want to rent an Airbnb. So that's the high
mhm,
season right now. After the carnival, which is the beginning of March, is gonna be very low until maybe July, because July is the vacation for the North Hemisphere. So United States and Europe, they go on vacation. So July,
mhm.
it gets, it goes up a little bit, then back down on August, then it stays down until mid-November, which is right now.
Oh, Rhea, see, Rhea is not a bot, man. How can Rhea realize there's somebody here? Look at what Rhea wrote. Which city is Tommy's friend from? Vitor, Rhea, Vitor is from Rio. I was joking before, it's one of the nicest cities in Brazil. Of course, it has difficult areas like every big city in the US too. Like Chicago has terrible areas. Milwaukee has terrible areas. So does Rio. Uh, so again, just it's a city that has a lot of nice places, especially like the tourist places. They're very well policed, right? Like I'm more afraid of walking downtown Chicago than I am afraid of like walking in Copacabana, say in Rio.
Really, really.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yes.
I don't know much about Chicago. I didn't know Chicago was like that.
Chicago's a crap hole. That's
Really,
the word, crap hole. Yeah, it's not, but it's crap. That's the correct way of saying it. Crap hole.
crap
Chicago
hole.
is a crap
Okay,
hole. Yeah.
okay. Well, I didn't know
Um,
that. Huh? How
but
many
anyways, it's,
have you been there a lot?
yeah, Chicago is pretty close to where I live. It's like 3 hours driving.
All right.
It's the
Okay.
airport that I always use to fly international. It's Chicago.
Yeah, I've heard they have one of the biggest airports in the world, right?
Yeah. O'Hare.
Oh, yeah,
But
right,
anyway,
right. Yeah.
going back to the
Anyways,
Airbnb conversation. Do we have any
yeah.
Brazilians in the. Temos algum brasileiro na live aí, dos 7 que estão assistindo, nós temos algum brasileiro. Se tiver, deixa um oi aí, um olá. Alguma piadinha de mau
Leave a
gosto.
like.
Deixa. Deixa um like. Guys, where are the likes? Come on. You better than that. You better than that. Rocky talking to his son. You better than that. How would you do that? And then you
You're like Steve Carell on The Office. Like you quote and then you have to explain the quote.
explain the code. Yeah, because there's a lot of people that don't watch the same stuff. Even though here in my channel, most of the people, the regulars, we have the same mindset. We watch the same movies. We know all the like. So yesterday, the one when there was like Marta, there was a girl called Marta in the live. She was a singer from Brazil. It was so funny. She was here in the live yesterday, so we went out. So there's like a Scarface the movie.
Yeah, of course.
So whenever I hear the name Marta, I think of Scarface because there's a scene right in the beginning of the movie where he goes to South Beach to do a drug deal, and there's a lady. She's laying down, and the guy is introducing Tony to her and said, "This is Marta." Her name was Marta, so he says, "This is Marta." So yesterday when this lady called Marta entered the stream, I said the quote, and a lot of guys got the reference because we all watch the same movies. We all, it's like this bubble of like GTA and like
So mafia movies, right?
mafia movies. Yeah, like well, let's change the subject real quick here. So guys movies. I'm gonna just say some of the movies I think the guys watch, and you tell me the ones that you have watched. Full Metal Jacket. Have
Never
you
seen
watched it?
it.
Okay, you need to
Never
watch
seen
it.
it.
Taxi Driver with Robert De Niro.
That's really good. Yeah, I love that movie. Yeah.
Okay. Fight Club.
Yeah, of course. Really good too.
Okay. Drive with Ryan Gosling.
Nah, never watched it.
You should watch Drive with Ryan Gosling. Rocky, of course.
Yeah, of course.
And then I'm pretty sure there's other ones, but like those are the main ones that come to mind. Oh, Scarface, of course.
Yeah, I love that
Um,
movie.
Goodfellas.
Yeah, yeah. That one I didn't like so much, but yeah, it's still good.
A Bronx Tale.
Never watched it.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. It's
There's
Robert.
a movie. There's one of the last mafia movies that I've heard that launched. On the couple of
Irishman.
years back. Now that
Uh,
one is too slow. I didn't like. I was talking about American Gangster. That one's really good.
I
Have you
never
seen
watched
it?
it. No.
American Gangster is with Denzel Washington
Okay.
and Russell Crowe, the guy from Gladiator. That's
Okay.
really good. It's a really good movie. Yeah.
So we have had 103 views on this live. Thank you so much. My computer says we have people online, and the cell phone says five anyhow or anywho. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe. Se você é brasileiro, escreve aí em português. A gente pode responder aí. But let's go back to the Airbnb. Guys on the chat, do you guys have any questions for Victor, with the Airbnb host in Rio for over 11 years? What are some of the... Everybody knows Sugarloaf, all these big tourist attractions. But what are some of the hidden gems in Rio?
Hidden gems. Oh, okay. So we have waterfalls here. This is one thing that most people don't know about it. We have waterfalls here in Rio de Janeiro, which is really nice. I mean, if you want to go to the nature and hike and, we don't have a lot of animals, so we have a couple of birds, but you're not gonna see like a lot of animals in general. Maybe monkeys. We do have monkeys here. But so if you want to see monkeys and you want to take a swim at a waterfall, we have those too. Yeah, which is really nice, and most people don't know about it. You don't see tourists going to the forest. So yeah, I would
And,
say the forest.
he's asking for your favorite music. But one question before that. No, you can answer. Favorite type of music? What kind of music
System
do
of a
you?
Down. System of a Down.
Chop Suey,
That one, yeah, that one is one of the best. But yeah, System of a Down.
Chop Suey,
Shop Suey, yeah,
Chop Suey. Okay.
yeah.
Um, but you were a tourist guy, right? For a little bit.
For 8 years, for big time, yeah, for a long time.
Victor was always
Yeah.
against the 9 to 5. He always wanted to find something that was not 9 to 5. So whenever I saw Victor, he was doing something crazy. He was either a tourist guy or he was doing paragliding. He was always doing something weird, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I don't know who is if is there someone who likes 9 to 5? It's kind of like a prison, right? You have to stay there. My friend told me that yesterday. He said it feels like prison because you have to stay there and you cannot leave, every day.
You- Victor, do you want to leave your contact here for the people watching the live, or you think this is? Do you have like a professional email you can drop? People want to, I don't know, talk to you about something
Yeah.
or find
No,
you. Do you
it's
have?
it's all right. It's gonna be hard to spell. They're not gonna understand if I say it.
If you want to provide your WhatsApp to people would appreciate. Let's get it. Next day
Yeah.
you're gonna have to change your number. Well, not now at least, but in a couple of years, people are gonna see this live and be like, "Oh, let's go talk to this Vitor guy," and your phone's gonna blow
Yeah.
up 2 years from now. That would be so
Oh,
funny.
hopefully.
Uh, Going back to
To Airbnb.
Airbnb.
Okay, so how
Um,
many times have you been to an Airbnb? How many times
three
did that happen
times.
to you? Three
Three
times.
times.
Okay,
Three times.
tell me about the worst experience. Maybe not the worst, but maybe those are all good. But
But here's the
the
thing.
the one that you liked the least.
Okay, I would consider four because one was through Booking, but was pretty much like an Airbnb because it was a house in Miami. It was the same experience as an Airbnb, but it was through Booking. So I would consider four. Um, First one I stayed was in Porto Alegre, which is my hometown, and I stayed a couple of nights because I had to leave my mom because she had terrible internet and I had to work through the phone. I still was in my older job where I had to like talk through the phones and stuff using the computer. So I had to get an Airbnb because my mom's internet was terrible. And this guy, I think he owned pretty much the whole building. It was a building downtown. I don't know how many floors they had. We had a bunch of floors. And this guy owned a bunch of those apartments, a bunch. So I actually moved from one to another because he was telling me that the top one had better internet or something. So one night I stayed at one, and then he changed me to this other one. He was pretty nice. Second time I went to Airbnb was in Rio. Was in Copacabana, which is one of the nicest neighborhoods in Rio. A lot of
That's
old
arguable,
people
but
there
okay.
too.
hmm
Huh?
That's debatable.
Well, it has a. Let's say that it has very expensive real estate.
That's true.
Okay. Yeah, and a lot of old people too in Copacabana.
True, very much true.
Uh, it is what Miami was in the 80s, almost. Um, so I stayed in Rio. I got the whole apartment, and I never talked to the host. Pretty much, I got the keys from the doorman, and then the keys were just one of the ones that like you just have to touch, and the gate opens. And so it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice, and it was pretty close to
Yeah,
me.
that reminds me. I've made a purchase recently, and I put it in all my doors, and it has been, so practical. And I never want to come back now. Take a look. This is what I bought. Wait, take a look. This is what I
Okay.
used to get in and out from my house. And there's
Mhm.
one here. This is the door in my house. And
Mhm.
downstairs, which is the building door, there's the same thing. So this is
Mhm.
just great.
Sure,
I don't have I don't need a key anymore. So that's the best thing.
that's the best thing because then
Yeah.
you have more pocket room for other stuff.
Exactly. And my Airbnb guests can come in if I'm not at my house. But I don't like that so much. I need to be here when they arrive. That's something it's just something that I want to do. Because, if they arrive and I'm not at my house, they feel too comfortable.
Hmm.
I need to be here. I need to be here to mark my territory. To let them know this is my house.
Sure. Uh, I got another question. Yeah, Yasser is here. Yasser, the most famous YouTube, is here. He calls me Luis Figo. He says that I look like Luis Figo.
Yeah, you look like Figo. That's right. Yeah, yeah. I never noticed that, but he's right.
But let me tell you, I'm a mix between Luis Figo, Colin Farrell. I have a little bit of Colin Farrell. Don't say I don't.
Okay,
And
I'm not.
there's a couple.
I
Let's
let
say
you.
that there's a couple of good-looking guys that I look like.
I'll let you have it.
Anyhow, Yasser is here, but thank you, Yasser. Don't forget to like. If this thing though goes up to 4 likes, I know that you didn't like leave a like, and I will remember that forever. Okay, Yasser. But anyways, aside from the nastiest one that you already told us about, the nastiest guess, what was the weirdest guess, the most weird guess you had that did the most?
Yeah, I have a story. I have a story. So I was laying in my bed. So just for the people to have a context on it, I rent Airbnb. That means I'm the host, and I people come to my house and they stay here. But the thing is, I do not leave the house, so I rent the rooms, but I stay here as well. So my house is 3 rooms. I live in my room, and I rent the other two, right?
Mhm.
So this is how it goes. This is how Airbnb works for me, right? So I was laying in my bed, just scrolling to my cell phone, just Instagram stuff like that. All of a sudden, the door cracks open, just a little crack. And my guest, this guy, he was kind of weird, he had a lot of weird tattoos on his neck and
Mhm.
kind of a weird earrings and, dressed like a hippie, didn't smell really good. It was a weird person, So he cracks a little bit the door open, right? And he puts the head inside of my room, which was the weirdest thing I ever seen in my life. I've been doing this for 11 years. I never ever seen someone, open the door to my room just to look. It was the weirdest thing ever. And I immediately got up, opened the door, and he was, heading towards the kitchen because he noticed that I was there lying in bed. He immediately got back and went walking to the kitchen. So I follow him, and he was, pouring some water from the filter. So I tapped him in the shoulder and said, "Were you confused? Were you lost? Did you think that was the door for your room?" And he said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "What I'm talking about? You just peeped inside my room. You opened the door and you put your head inside my room to look around." And he said, "No, I didn't."
Maybe he was
And
into you. Maybe he was into you. Who knows?
no, no, but it was kind of a gaslight for me because he made me question my own sanity. When he said, "No, I didn't," I was questioning my sanity. I was like, "Did I imagine that?" But I'm sure he did that. I know he did that. But the way he said, he asked me, the way he ascertained that didn't happen. He was so sure of himself that he got to me and made me question myself. But
Mhm.
yeah, he did peep inside my room, and it was the weirdest thing ever. He didn't knock. He just opened the door to my room, put the head inside, looked around. I don't know if he made eye contact, but yeah, for sure he saw that I was lying on the bed, and he immediately backed down and went to do something else. That was the weirdest thing that ever happened in my Airbnb experience.
We have a recurring subject here on the channel, which is cougars. Yesterday with Marta, but sometimes this subject of cougars it comes back. Um, is there a lot of cougars that travel alone? Like you being the host, you see a lot of cougars traveling Rio to Rio alone, looking for fun.
Okay, not so much. I mean, usually people who go to Airbnb stays, they're usually between, I don't know, I would say maybe 20 to
Okay,
34. Yeah.
they're
I don't know
younger.
what you consider a cougar, but yeah, they're usually younger.
Cougar
I'm
has to
trying
be
to
older
remember
than
here.
you.
Hmm?
Cougar has to
Come
be
again?
older than you.
Yeah, I was about to ask
So,
that. So I'm
so,
37, so
so,
no,
like,
I don't think
yeah,
so.
we could be cougars if we were women. We could be cougars to a 20-year-old.
Yeah, but right now we are choose on
Yeah. Right now we
instead of that.
are chuda sukita.
Yeah, what would be a slang for that in the United States? Choose on. What would be a older man for younger? Okay, how would a younger girl, let's say a 23 years old girl, call us? We're 37 right now. So what would
I
they
heard.
say?
I
Is
can
there a
tell you. I can
slang?
give you an example. I can give you. Actually, it's becoming too personal now. This crap. So I hooked up with a coworker. So she was 20 years old, and she called me daddy.
Daddy. Nah, that's endearing. No, that's endearing. I'm saying that's because she had intimacy with you. But yeah, I'm saying if they're talking about that, if girls are doing girls talk and they say, "Oh, you wouldn't believe I hooked up with this 37 years old guy," so okay, so we would call a cougar, right? If there was a
Yeah.
woman, I'm saying, is there a slang? Is there a term on which they would call us when we're older?
I think daddy was it. I think. I
Okay,
think
let's go
so.
with that.
I think so. I think so. But let's change the subject because I don't like these words too much. It reminds me of how much time I have lost.
I thought you were gonna say it reminds me of my daddy.
But let me tell you, it's weird to be 30. I was 35 when this girl called me daddy, and it was weird to see a 20-year-old call me daddy. I
Oh,
was
I would
just,
love to be called daddy. I would love to be called daddy.
I was just too awkward. It's too awkward. And that's when you realize you're getting old. It's the first time you
Nah,
call that.
man, come on. That is endearing. It's a compliment.
Well, that's one of the good things. Like at this place I used to work, they used to say that I look good for my age. They would be like, "Oh, you don't look 35. You look like 27." Which I'd be like, "Okay, liars. Thank you so much."
Yeah, that's always good to hear.
Yeah. But yeah, Airbnbs. Did you have any guests that tried that want to smoke in the room so bad that they want to smoke, they need to smoke in the room?
No, it doesn't happen because okay, so right now I'm in a good mood, but usually I have a fierce look, a hard face. Um,
Hmm.
so people look at me when I'm serious, and I have a I don't know if you ever heard about this term called resting bitchy face. Have you ever heard about
Yeah,
this term?
yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you so
I'm
much
the
for
epitome.
the alert.
Yeah, the epitome of a resting bitchy face. So if I'm neutral, if I'm just resting,
Which is almost like a poker face.
yeah, it's not friendly. So if I'm resting, I'm not friendly. I might be dancing inside. I'm so happy that I am, but it won't show on my face, right? It's like I'm angry for some reason, right? So people look at me and they say, "Oh, this is a hard ass. He's strict." So they don't try anything, which is good. It works for me, you know. Huh.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm chill right now because I like the company. Yeah, I like you guys. I like Tony.
Victor,
So
Victor
I'm
used
in
to do
good company right now.
jiu-jitsu. Didn't you used to do
Hmm?
jiu-jitsu? Jiu-jitsu.
No, I box. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But yeah, I was going to ask you a question, but now I forgot.
It was
Um,
about Airbnb. It was something
yeah,
about Airbnb.
or
The
cougars
topic
was
of
either
today
one
is
of the subject.
Airbnb or
What?
cougars. Yeah, I never had cougars here. Yeah, never had cougars here.
Should try.
I had cougars in my
Yeah.
life, but not here through Airbnb. Yeah, I
Thank you
have
for
one
the
cougar in
fourth.
my life.
Thank you for the fourth. Like whoever you were, we're coming up to 180 views almost on the live here. We have six
Thanks
people
for watching,
watching.
guys.
We have four
Yeah,
likes. And let me text my personal trainer real quick here. 1 second.
go ahead. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. My name is Kalai. Try to pronounce that Kalai, right? I'm from Rio de Janeiro. I know this guy for I don't know how long do I know this guy? Almost 20 years now. And we met through an exchange student program. We met in Minnesota. No, no, actually, we met in Brazil before the flight. We met at the airport. Then we fly together to Minneapolis, Minnesota, to do this exchange student program. That's how I met Tony. Yeah.
And that's when that's when my life changed for the worse. That's it.
Yeah, I I could say the same.
Don't you think that the exchange to the mirror
From
was like it
from
was like
there,
when
from
our
there,
life changed?
everything was downhill.
Yeah, that
Everything
was
was
the
downhill
peak.
from there.
That was the peak of my life in Minnesota, and after that was just landslide. Um, but yeah. Uh, let me
No,
see.
yeah,
Over.
Joseph. That's the thing about when you box. Yeah, Joseph made a comment there. So that's the thing about when you practice some martial art, you become a calmer person because when you're so self confident that you know you can fuck some sorry when you can beat someone up badly, that's when you become a more polite, more calm. Like if I bump into someone, if someone bumps into me, I'm gonna say, "Oh, sorry, sorry," and I'm gonna go about my business. I'm not gonna start a fight because you become so self-confident that you don't have to prove anything. You know you can beat them up. So you just go about your business. You're not trying to prove anything. You're not concerned about looking bad, looking weak, looking like a wimp because you know that you what you can do. So you don't have to prove anything. It's so good for your mind. When I first started boxing, I thought, okay, I'm gonna do that to be able to fight and to defend myself, right? It's not the case. It completely changed your perspective on life and how you handle yourself out there. It's great. I would recommend to anyone, not just boxing by it, but boxing is my choice. I like boxing because it's like an art. You have to dodge. I love that. But I would recommend doing martial arts to anyone. It completely changes your life.
Um, another question, Victor. Um, since we're talking about neighborhoods, according to you, sorry, Kalai. According to you, what are the best neighborhoods in Rio?
Okay, that's a funny story. Here in Rio de Janeiro, I don't know if you guys know that, but there's a statue, the Christ Redeemer statue, right? I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that, but you can see it from my window. Let me take a look here. Let me change the camera. Let me see if you can. Let me just change the camera here real quick. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna look through the window. And let's see if you guys can see the statue. Just give me
Oh,
one second.
let's see Rio, guys. Let's see Rio. The Rio.
Okay, maybe you can see the statue. It's all the way back there. There's a mountain, right? You can see the statue from there, right? Can you see
That's
it?
cool. Do you see? Yes, we can see it. Do you have it on your Airbnb that you have view from the like you can see the Christ Redeemer? Is there like a
Yeah,
one of the
yeah,
things that
of
you want to
course.
sell?
That's a perk. Yeah, yeah, I do have that. That's a yeah.
Can can we show us
So
can we show us where the magic happens?
that's in my room.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I'm trying to see. We're trying to see
Oh no,
your
it's very messy. It's very messy right now. I don't want to show
no
it.
Messi, Ronaldo, no Messi.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so you were asking about bad neighbors here in Rio de Janeiro, right?
Good
So what I
neighborhood.
have to say about good neighborhoods. Okay, so what I have to say about that, and for that, let me show you the statue once again, so you can understand. Sorry, just give me one second here. Okay, so there's the statue right there. So you can see the statue. If you
Okay.
can see the belly button, and that's Jesus Christ. That right there is Jesus Christ, right? So if you can see his belly button, that means you're safe. If you can see his ass, you're in danger. That's
Okay.
pretty much how it goes. Yeah.
You're going to hell. You know that?
Come again?
You're gonna go to hell.
Yeah. So if you can see his armpit, you're good too. If you can see his neck, if you can see the back of his neck, that
then
means
you
you're in
screw.
danger.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you're screwed.
Did
Yeah.
you see the comment from the guy here? Put comment. "See." It's Ronaldo's. Ronaldo's.
Oh yeah, luva de pedreiro.
See, no, no, no. Ronaldo,
Yeah.
Cristiano.
No. Oh, I thought he was talking about luva de pedreiro.
Lucas Pedreiro was just imitating.
Really? I didn't
Yeah.
know.
Scenes from Ronaldo. Ronaldo is the guy who scores the goals and screams "scene." But anyways,
I didn't know
we
that.
just passed 201 views on the live. Uh, on my dashboard, it
Yeah.
says 4 people online. Here we say it says 2, but thank you so much, guys, for watching. This was now we have 7 people watching. It changes all the time. It's just crazy. You never know what's going to be 50 or 25 or I don't know.
Oh no, Joseph, you couldn't see because it's too, it's a little far away, and the camera makes it even smaller. But yeah, I can see the belly button, and I can see his right side armpit, so I'm safe. Yeah, this is a good neighborhood. If I had to live on a place that I would see the Jesus Christ ass, then I would move to the country. I wouldn't stay here in Rio de Janeiro. It's too dangerous
No,
up there.
seriously, Victor, you should start like picking your words better, man. You shouldn't say Christ's head. It should be Christ's butt
Christ, but sorry.
or
Yeah.
behind or behind. It's more
Jesus
respect.
Christ behind. Yeah, behind. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm getting used to it. I'm not camera ready. You've been doing this for how long? I don't know how to do it,
11
but
years.
I'll get there. Let me no, that's a joke.
I've been doing this
Sorry
for
about that.
11
Yeah.
years. Anyway, Joseph also made a comment which was pretty interesting earlier today. You don't game, right, Victor? You don't play video games that much.
I do. I actually do. Yeah.
Do you have a PS4?
No, I usually play on the computer.
Oh, computer. Okay. Well, but yeah, that was Joseph saying that we should play together something. So we might be able to do that. Uh, there's like old computer games I want to play together. Have you
Oh
played
my god. Go ahead.
Constructor? Have you ever heard of Constructor?
Yeah. I
I
like
love
that
that
game.
game. The first
I
one, I
like that
love
game.
it.
Yeah, I like it too. It's a good game. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we could play one of these games. Do you have
Yeah,
anything
there's
else?
a newer version of that. They
Yeah, I see
just
that.
made a remake. Yeah, Constructor 8G. And after that, now they made a Constructor Plus, which is Constructor HD, but with a lot of quality of life improvements. So, for instance, just let me go off topic here just for a little second. Okay, so remember that in Constructor, you have to recycle your tenants, right? So every time one of them would
You
die, you
got
have to click it to recycle them. Now it goes automatically. So whenever one of them die, the new ones get there
But
automatically, which is
but
really
but
cool.
but I got a question. So back in the first construction, you had different type of tenants. You have tenants with money and tenants that would reproduce. That's not the case
Exactly.
anymore.
It's still the case. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's just they just changed some quality of life improvements. Quality of life means that some things are now automatically. Some things that you used to have to click again and do the same repetitive task over and over again. Now those tasks are automatically goes automatic.
One of my favorite villains, let's call it like that, from Constructor, the game. It was the Mister Fix It. You know, the guy who
Yeah,
goes, the
yeah,
repairman who goes and explodes the house or like water, like floods the house. I thought it was
yeah,
so cool because it affects the whole neighborhood.
yeah. Well, yeah, that's effective, but just the vibe of it, I liked it, the hippie guy, because he would put a sound system on the streets, and then the police and the construction
Yeah,
would come by and start dancing.
yeah, yeah. For
Yeah,
people that don't know, guys, we're talking about a game that came out back in 1995, I think, the first
around
one,
that, yeah. Mhm.
and it's called Constructor. So if you have a chance, go get it. It's a very interesting strategy game. They like I don't know how to explain to you guys, but you're pretty much like a landlord, That's right. That's the game. You're a landlord, but you have like
See, more like city manager. Yeah.
no, because you only control your neighborhoods. You have
Yeah.
opposition players. So like
Yeah, that's
you're
true.
just like a construction. You're just like yeah. You construct and then you are a landlord, pretty much. That's the game.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's more
But of
accurate.
course, it has some craziness add to it. Like you can have a hippie guy, you can have gangsters, you can have hooligans, you can have a clown. And
Yeah, the
this,
game the game is basically you playing against another player that it can be the computer, but it can be another human being. But you're competing against each other onto which neighborhood's gonna dominate the other one. And when we say dominate, we're meaning like so you send a rigged Mr. Fix guy to fix the other's guy bathroom from one of his tenants. But instead of fixing it, he would, cause a water clog, and it would clog all the pipes in the city. It would disrupt the neighborhood. Or you can send the mafia over there to mess up with the tenants. So you're basically competing on dominance all over other neighborhoods. It's a competitive game. Yeah.
have you played Commandos? The first one too, the first and the second
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love those games too. I used to like them, but they are dated now. It's unplayable today. If you seen, they have better games right now. They have Desperados 3. They have Shadow Tactics. Those are the same style, which is, I don't know, real time strategy, tactical time strategy, but they are newer, so they have better system. So, for instance, Commandos, you didn't have shortcuts. So if you wanted to use a knife, you have to literally drag your mouse onto the knife, click on the knife, and then click on the enemy, which is a pain in the butt. So right now, the newer games, you have a shortcut, so it's much easier to play.
We should do a live another day, so then we can just talk about games, especially GTA 6, right?
Right, I'm pumped. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that game.
It's too bad I cannot share my screen here. We have to find a way where I can share my screen so we can go through like
Oh my
loot
God!
and GTA.
Good luck with the logistics. Good luck, man.
This is already a pain in the butt. But,
Yeah, humanity haven't evolved enough. We still, oh my God, you guys, you're on the other side of the screen, so you have no idea what a harassment it is to set up a live, from two people playing games. And
like,
it's not as simple as sitting down and playing, and the camera's gonna get you and get the screen and show everything to the audience. It's so hard to do so.
for instance, this type of live we are doing, which is a simple live, like my guest has to have more than 50 subscribers. Like, for
Yeah.
instance, I wouldn't be able to do this type of live with you, Joseph. Which doesn't make sense because if I want to make a live with Joseph, I wish I could, but no. In YouTube, you have to have 50 subscribers to be a guest on a live channel. But yeah,
And that's just a requirement. But other than that, it's just the sheer logistics of getting to go live. Because in the cell phone, it's much simpler. You just press a button and that's it. But imagine if we wanted to do that and play a game at the same time. We have to show basically four screens. Us two plus two screens for gaming.
yeah.
I don't
But
even know where to begin to do
but
something like that.
but here's the thing: if you played PlayStation 4 or 5, then we could do a live from the PlayStation, which is what I do, and then another live through the cell phone. So you have two lives at the same time going on, which is nuts. But
Right. So I think you should sponsor me on that one. Maybe you should buy me a PlayStation 4.
well, I have a PlayStation 5 that I bought just to stay in Brazil, so maybe somehow you can talk me into maybe leaving this PS5 with you here. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? It
You put
depends on how
you
good.
put me
How
on
good.
you put me on the spot here. I'll think about it and come back to you.
You better find me some cougars in Rio.
Are you coming to here though?
I wish I want. I wish I could. I wish I would. Right now, I might be going to Fortaleza, which is a city in the Ceará, the other state here. But I really want to go to Rio. But if I go to Rio, make sure you have Coronas, lime with lime, and some Cougars.
I think I can get you some cougars actually. Yeah, I know. I know how to where to go.
Yeah, Joseph, we need more mods. I'm gonna talk to Andrew about it. I don't know if he wants to be one, but if he wants to be one, Andrew could be another mod. Because yeah, sometimes um you are the most active right now here, and but sometimes you're not gonna be present, so we do need some more mods. So yeah, I've been thinking about Andrew. I don't know if he wants to be, but I'm gonna check with him. Um, Anything else, Victor, or do you think we could end the stream soon?
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Follow Tommy Vice. We're gonna find some more interesting subjects. Like again, we're gonna talk about games. I think on the next live, games are gonna be there. He's. I don't think he's that much present into my channel to be a mod, right, Victor?
Yeah, no, I cannot have that type of commitment to to
Yeah,
moderate the chat.
even to do this type of lives is it's like a Cristiano Ronaldo thing. You find him like we have 1 hour with him and that's it, and he's very busy. So Peter is a very busy guy. But thank you so much, guys, for watching. I'm gonna be ending the stream. I hope you guys have a good day. I'll be back later today playing either Mafia or GTA. So make sure you subscribe and also click the bell button. Okay, you guys have a great day. Vito, do you want to say something or?
You guys have a great day. It was a pleasure to be here, and this was fun.
Okay, guys, see you next time. Thanks so much. Like and subscribe.
Bye.